He's 67 years old today, Brendah. And happy birthday to the Kawaka from us here at Family TV, and myself as Mulangira Suna.
Mulangira Byriaho.
Mulangira Suna. Babampagwa Suna. Not the Suna, the other one who used to say.
Okulira mpozi muluka gwawo. Okulirawo.
We thank you so much for
you said the debut.
And today is Wednesday, the 13th of April. I'm with Brendah Mahooro. And we are just talking about life here, but also I want to just congratulate Brendah. First, say good morning to people.
Yeah, good morning, people. I'm very happy that to my user. I've been teaching you Byron Uganda, but you never.
Bani boyoza.
2 years bona fena abali mu Uganda. Abali mu Uganda n'aba bamutebi kabaka waffe agunde magulu moji asamoji
lero tugenda kwera mengo nga kikuba pate
after here
2 years there is that when they say it 2 years that's as if congratulating as if we celebrate 2 years yeah but I have the Daily Monitor with me. By the way, before I go into the press review, I also want to congratulate a few people. Just people who have succeeded, and I just want to say hello to Real Madrid fans, but also mostly Chelsea fans. Hello, Bayern Munich fans also. Hello, thank you so much for. Yesterday night was quite an experience in the football world. Champions League is, what can I say? It's an emotional roller coaster. It's like watching a movie, film. Things change quickly.
Other films are all sci-fi, all horror. So what is it? And there is an adventure.
We just want to congratulate the people who have gone through the semi-finals. That is Real Madrid and Villarreal. They have gone through the semi-finals after beating Chelsea and after beating Chelsea and Bayern Munich yesterday. But allow me to get into the details of the Daily Monitor. It's the 13th day of April. Good Friday is upon us, just 1 day away after tomorrow.
We are already in preparations.
Then Easter is upon us, and I hope you're very, very ready and excited for it. But I have the Daily Monitor with me, where the top story is quite an interesting one, that Sejusa and Kaihura to retire in July. And it has been approved that the duo decorated but embattled officers are among the 76 senior commanders that the UPDF Commissions and Promotions Board has reportedly approved to leave with honor and hefty packages mid this year. Read the full story on page 4. Some of the people that are going to be retiring is General Eli Tumwine, Lieutenant General Charles Anjina, General Kale Kaihura, General David Sejusa, and Lieutenant General Joseph Musanyufu. Read the full story on page 4. And the cost of living. Now, we all know it's not a lie that the cost of living currently is high with food products, but the Daily Monitor today on the top story talks about also the building material prices and how they are escalating. For example, a bag of cement was 28,000, but it's now 38,000 shillings. In Gulu, and they're giving the cost of living in different parts of the country. In Soroti, a wheelbarrow that was once 110,000 is now 120. In Fort Porto, a concrete brick that was 2,500 is now 3,500. In Imbale, a 20-liter bucket of paint that was once 230,000 is now 250. And they're saying it's quite high. The cost of living is going up higher and higher and higher. But read the full story in the Daily Monitor today.
Yeah, and then with me, the new vision, the top stories is massive fraud exposed at land registrar, and title records go missing at a terrace survey office. Yeah, there are incidents where the commissioner asked for files, but they were not availed to her. So you can read full story on page 5, and here the top picture, U.S. Ambassador to Uganda Natalie Brown joins pupils of Bugolobi Church of Uganda Primary School, in Wakiso district. In drawing and painting during the Drop Everything and Read, that is the DEAR event funded by USAID. This took place yesterday at school, and you can read more of this story on page 11.
Yes, and Olanya poison. He summons. You remember he summoned some clan leaders, some MPs, and also some ministers, and it has annoyed. It has angered Minister Dr. Chris Wanyomusi, who is the ICT minister. He was actually saying that, but why involving me in your things? I'm not in your things. Please be professional about it.
Your name out of your mouth.
And I quote him. He says in his statement, that is in anger, he says he is focusing on those who are peddling information that Jacob Olanya was poisoned. From what I have been saying, am I among those who have been peddling that information? He should be professional in the way he does his investigations. For police to investigate, that is okay. I have no problem with it. But my call is that do it professionally. That is what Dr. Chris Wanyomusi says after, of course, police summoned everyone who mentioned that, that the late Jacob Olanya was poisoned, including his father, Nathan Okori. But the clan leaders have shielded, of course, Nathan Okori on that and said, no, leave Mzee out of this drama. You do your things. But read the full story on page 2 of the Daily Monitor.
Yeah, and then here the African army worm reported in more than 30 districts, and the districts here have been named. And the highly destructive African army worm has now spread to almost 40 districts, triggering concerns of serious food insecurity in the country. And yesterday I was hearing they have spent so far in the pesticides and insecticides, they have spent so far 600 million. Yeah, and the districts here, there is Luwero, Mbale, Bukedia, Serere, Soroti, Hoima, Masindi, Mukono, Buenjiri, furthermore. Just read full story on page 6 and see what the farmers are speaking about these African army worms.
That is true, but also yesterday Brendah read a story on the elephant that killed a researcher in the game park, and today in the Daily Monitor, page 3, it was in Kamwenge where this happened, and they reveal how the elephant killed the researcher in the game park. He was identified as Ramirez Sebastian Amaya, who is a researcher from Arizona State University in the United States, and he was a 30-year-old, and he was doing his studies this side, he was doing his research from this side, but find out how he was killed by an elephant, which was a very, very, very tragic encounter there. But read the full story on page 3.
Yeah, and then here IGG drums support for lifestyle audit. Yeah, the Inspector General of Government, Betty Kamya, has defended the need for a lifestyle audit of the civil servants and top government leaders as a way of cracking down on investments made out of illicit enrichment. Read full story on page 7 and see Life of Lights. The IGC's deputy and Mugisha Mahooro defended her boss, saying the Inspectorate of Government has keen interest in the lifestyle of public servants who have worked for many years but are still hiding. Yeah, read full story on page 7.
That is true. And Uganda runs out of COVID patients. Okay. Now, by yesterday there were only 2 admissions, with health experts attributing the decline to the increase in the COVID-19 vaccination. By yesterday there were only two in the whole country. And just to quote Emmanuel Ainebiona, who is the spokesperson of the Ministry of Health, he says that there are few testing positive daily these days are under home-based care, since the majority are asymptomatic. Now, this is no way saying that, Bambi, now you blast away, don't wear a mask, what? No, please, by all means, keep following the SOPs. Wash your hands. Some people, I see them no longer washing their hands are dirty, they want to touch
sanitizer.
They know not wearing a mask is a myth in the city. But read the full story on page 5 of the Daily Monitor.
And then here, Ministers JJ Mahooro assure Parliament on will to end human rights violations. Yeah, the Foreign Affairs Minister General JJ Odong and the State Minister for Internal Affairs General David Mohos have assured Parliament's Human Rights Committee that the government is committed to taking all the necessary measures to end human rights violations by the security agencies. Read full story on page 9 and C.
Now, the police in Mbarara have been on a mission to get power cable thieves, and they did actually. Power cable thieves ran into a police catch, and the police said that the operation to recover the property followed a tip-off from the locals. And there's a picture here of the Uneme operations manager in Mbarara area, Mr. Thomas Tondo, who is inspecting some of the recovered conductors that were intercepted in Rubaya sub-county, that's in Mbarara district, on April 3rd. Read the full story on page 9.
And then here, schools urged to create reading hubs. Schools should create reading hubs where children and teachers collaborate and nurture a reading culture. The State Minister for Primary Education, Joyce Moriku, has said. Read full story on page 11 and see what schools are eligible to do and what they should be doing and what is the use of these reading hubs.
Now, every single Wednesday in the Daily Monitor, they talk about homes and real estate. And in this week's edition, they talk about building a weather-resistant home with very, very cold mornings here and some wind in the evening. You need to know how to protect your home from all these weather things. But read the full story on page 15 of the Daily Monitor as they expose some of these things on how to build a weather-resistant home.
Yeah, then here in the community news, a policeman failed to show up as witness. Yeah, and policeman who the security guards attached to Pastor Jackson Senyonga's Christian Life Church at Mahooro in Kampala were counting on a defense witness on aggravated robbery charges failed to show up in court. Yeah, read full story on page 32 and see the allegations and how it started. So everything is in the New Vision. Full story on page 32.
That is true. And on page 32 also the Daily Monitor in business news, we talk about the price of cement that is almost double in 2 months. Now, cement prices have risen to 40,000 for every 60 kilogram bag from 67,000 from 27,000 shillings. Now, cement prices, just like many other commodities, have been increasing since December, and the builders are in a dilemma because they're thinking, what do we do? And there's a testimonial here from Miss Clara Chisembo, who is putting up a structure in Nigeria. She's saying her work has been stalled for about a month because of the price of cement, and she's stranded and she doesn't know what to do. Yesterday,
high fuel prices is the one that is triggering all these prices.
Okay. Yesterday,
and remember China, they're still closed.
Okay. Yesterday, the Speaker of Parliament called back the session at 2 p.m. And I hope that this is one of the first orders of business for our MPs, please.
Talk about
we are constructing apartments. Brendah hasn't yet finished hers. She needs to finish her apartments. So, but read the full story.
And the prices are so high. So how am I going to finish her? Please, we should talk about that. And then yes, stakeholders tipped on managing stigma in Gulu. Health officials have asked community leaders to condemn stigma against people living with HIV/AIDS. I didn't know also this is still happening. We are in the 21st century. Please, people of Gulu, stop stigmatization. This is real life for someone living with others. Others are born with HIV/AIDS, so there is no need for stigmatization.
Okay.
Yeah, those.
It's still there and it's still real. So we need to.
They should stop it.
No, you can't just stop. You need to go and train them and change their mindsets and say, by the way, when you look at this one like this, you people who stay in Kampala, you need to travel a bit. You realize that you are in the 21st century alone.
I thought
some of us are still in the 17th.
I thought these things are already stigmatization. Even does not even ring a bell.
They are still there, clearly in Gulu district. But in the sports news, City take treble hunt to Madrid, and in today's fixtures after yesterday's dramatic Champions League encounter, Atletico Madrid will be playing Man City today, and Liverpool will also be playing Benfica. And Man City have gone 12 games unbeaten on rival turf, and so you need to look out for that. In the Daily Monitor today, and also Memorial Full House at the Ndeje Open Tournament, and this is the biggest and oldest woodball open, and the Ndeje Open lived up to its billing, attracting mammoth crowd and putting on a show, putting on the best woodball action there, and we saw some people winning some prizes and whatnot. But read the full story on page 39 of the Daily Monitor.
Yeah, and then I'm going to talk about here in the sports news, Uganda Premier League, which was, I think, yesterday. Usoga bet UPDF 2. Usoga 0, UPDF 2. Marara 3, Police 0. URA 0, Vipers 3. And today, 4 p.m., Wakiso is going to be versing Express and Toro versus Bright Stars. Today, 4 p.m.
Yeah. Go Express. I'm rooting for Express. Why?
Me, I'm for Wakiso.
Of course. We will see you then. But that is all we have for you in the Daily Monitor and Division. You can grab more of the stories and much more by buying a copy of one of these papers and reading more. We're going to go in for a break, but after the break, we're going to be talking about what happened on the beginning of the week. For us, anyway, we'll see after the break. Do not go anywhere.
Who are you? What do you seek to achieve in your personal life? By the way, when did you become a man? And if we talked with your wife, what would she say about you? And when your children look at you, what do they see? Do you know what makes you tick? What makes you unique? What makes you basically you? Are you living a life of impact? Are you living a life of influence? Are you living a life of significance? Introducing to you the Inspired Family Leader, an interactive, provocative, and inspiring show that is going to challenge, that is going to equip, that is going to encourage men to strengthen their family leadership for national transformation. The Inspired Family Leader with Samuel A. Bakutana, every Saturday, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. East African Time, here on Church of Uganda Family TV. Live, love, and lead.
I was a ninja, but the ground was not ripe for being a ninja. One, it was a day school. Two, there was nobody to provoke you and you fight. Then, but number three, what I did was to become a DJ around Kampala.
And I said, now I know you want me to get saved, so I am going to get saved, but give me time. Can you imagine telling God, if you ask him for something, can you imagine him telling you, give me time?
Me, whenever I've gone in Chankwanza, I don't go with my wife, but I go with my God.
In the world in which I lived by then, there was no nursery school in our area. We couldn't hear about them.
May the joy of serving others be to us our true reward. Let us love, indeed as brothers, as disciples of the Lord.
Vine Entertainment Group presents the 3rd annual Vine Awards. It's about that time of the year when we recognize and celebrate those outstanding Christian achievers. Featuring performances by Flo Rocca from Nigeria, Levikson, Sandra Subi, Bunjoville, D. Rain, Uncle Mark, Rachel Namubiru, Pastor Wilson Bugembe, Martin Seku, Benji Kasule, Ivan T.I.T., Prophet Karunji, Lyrical Michael, Saint Ronnie, and Moyo Throne Worship. Kampala Serena Hotel is the place to be on Saturday, 7th of May 2022. Tickets are on sale, going for 100,000 VIP, 50,000 general, and 1 million shillings for a table at both Power FM offices and Sparkle's Salon branches. The 3rd annual Vine Awards is powered by Legacy Productions, Randair, Kampala Serena Hotel, Family TV, and Power 104.1 FM. Doors open at 6 p.m.
And we are always glad and happy to always have you every single morning. Today at the Talk of the Town, we're talking about what has been happening. I think it has been, Byron, isn't it? Has it happened this week?
We woke up on Monday to come to work. Other people woke up to go on roundabouts and complain. I'm like, people, we are just from morning. We are just from burying someone. Give us a rest. Let us rest.
Let me tell you, for someone to come up with placards and talk about issues that has been hurting them for, just know that it is not just happening
but why
1 week. Because it has been happening.
So why not?
Let me ask you.
We are from Barry, Wanange. We are morning.
Let me ask you, when like these high prices of commodities, when did it start?
A month ago.
So that means that they have been going on with a boil or a trauma that has been not yet been worked on. So that's why they came.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, please enlighten.
For those ones that do not know what I'm talking about, is women under the Association of Housewives. They came up with placards and they started protesting, and they were on Kampala roundabouts. Some of them were at Garden City along Yusufule Road. So they started saying that these things, we are done, we are really tired. And some of them had placards saying that high prices are so high, and we want our husbands. We want our husbands to increase money for. Is it called upkeep money?
Yeah, Kameza.
Alias Kameza. Kameza money should be increased. Senteza Kameza. We know because we are tired. And some of them were saying that we also want trips to Dubai. Yeah, that was the women what they're talking about. But I'm asking also Byron. And remember, this is not the first time. Even women in is it no, not in Kenya 2021. Remember, the in 2021, a Kenyan High Court judge declared that being a housewife is a full-time job. It should be therefore, it should attract some form of compensation.
That's okay.
So it is not the first time we are seeing this being a full-time job, because others had placards saying that it is a full-time job, they should be paid for. Others were saying that we are tired.
Who is supposed to pay?
The husband, of course.
Because I'm your employer, what?
Because you refused me to work.
Yes,
no. Some of them. will refuse to work and they say they should be home to take care of this.
Now I need to clarify some things. One, if you refuse your wife to work, then you have to pay her. I'm with that. But if you haven't refused your wife to work, your wife is at home chilling. I'm not eligible to pay you. Get up. I'll give you money for transport every day. Go and look for a job.
So it's who's supposed to take care of the home?
No one is forcing you to stay
No,
home.
who is supposed to take
So
care
go
of
and
the
look
home?
for who is supposed to take care of the home. We are not complaining, please. You go, you work, even me, I'll go and work. When we come back in the evening, we shall take care of the home.
So their complaint is as high prices of commodities continue to skyrocket. Their husbands, before the prices were skyrocketing, they were leaving them between 5,000 and 7,000. So prices have skyrocketed. Like a liter of cooking oil was how much before?
I don't know.
Was
I'm
5,000,
sure it was expensive.
which now it is like 7,500. A bar of soap, which was buying between 3,500 and 5,000, right now it is buying 10,000, 8,000.
Yeah.
So they're like, why would you still leave us 5,000 and 700? And then on top of that, you want to come back and have food and have everything like you had it before. So they are asking their husbands to increase the kameza money that at least 15,000.
That's
15,000.
That's fine. That, like I said, if your wife, you told your wife to stay home, please, by all means, pay her money. She deserves it. If you have never told your wife to stay home, in fact, she's the one who volunteered and said, no, me, I want to stay home, by all means, you're not eligible. You are not mandated. It is not compulsory for you to leave that money there. Me, that is what I'm saying.
Okay, why are you saying that it is? You're not.
I'm not eligible. Why don't you get up and go?
Because you're the husband, you're the head.
Go up and look for a job. Get up, get out of the house, look for a job.
What if I don't have a job now?
And look for. That's what I'm saying. You go and look for a job. Just stop disturbing us. Even as you already said, the prices are high. I'm already struggling with myself. I am struggling to take care of my own self. Now you want to.
But you're the head. You're the head,
Yes.
so I expect you to, for me, I have to be submissive to you. You the head, I expect you to fare everything. Put kameza money.
Now you be
Me,
submissive.
the only reason is maybe to cook for you and then
It's
to
okay.
cook on
Now you be submissive by listening to what I'm saying. And what I'm saying is, I'm not leaving you any kameza money. If you want to cook for me, right? I will bring the food. I'll bring everything that you're saying you want to cook for me. I will bring every kind of food that I want.
Who shops? Is it you or?
You don't worry.
No, you should leave money for me so that I shop and then I bring it.
That's okay. That's
That is
fine.
the kameza money.
But you see, let me just mention that clearly, Brendah, are you married? Huh?
Hey, you. Yeah, yes.
Are you married? So
Not yet.
kameza money is, you should know this, but kameza money
I know kameza money.
Kameza money is not meant for utility. Kameza money is yours. Senteze chichara, it's yours.
Kameza money now is this thing. We use that kameza money to buy things that are not available in the house. Or if there may be a matchbox is not there, I'll use that kameza money to buy stuff.
No, Brendah, clearly you are one of the good wives. The others, kameza money is different. You even leave it different. If you want, you leave kameza money and then you leave money for food, taking the child to the saloon, That money is different from kameza money. Kameza money is yours. Senteze chichara.
Mr. Byron, I disagree with you.
We can ask the people.
Yes, let's ask them. What is kameza money? Byron is saying that kameza money is different from.
It is sentence, it's yours. Even the placard, you remember what they were saying? Even us, we want to go to Dubai. Even us, we want to eat at fancy restaurants. Even us, we want to do this. So clearly, kameza money is not meant for taking care of the home. Kameza money is meant for you to blast, for you to go to Dubai, for you, Manya, to go where. It's meant for you to blast. It's not meant for you to buy food. That's what the placards were saying. Weren't they saying that?
Some of them were saying that. Some of them were saying that.
Exactly.
But I don't think the kameza, that was different. Some of them, their concept was different, and others were like increase the kameza money because the high prices of commodities has skyrocketed. I want to quote what Dr. Consolate Kabonesa, professor of school women and gender studies, supported the women. Yeah, those ones who are protesting. She advised that if the men are public employees, they should be demanding an increment in salaries. And then she said,
and if we are not public employees,
go look for jobs in public.
Same as the women.
She said, since the men have no money to live at home, that is why domestic violence is increasing. Yes, that is why domestic violence is increasing.
You and me, I have my questions.
Were your questions? Okay, you're going to ask. And then you went ahead to talk about the solutions, but of course we are going to be talking about the solutions in the next minutes there to come. Yeah, we also want to hear your views. You can send us an SMS or you can call us on those numbers to tell us what you think of these women, of Association of Women Under the Housewives. They have their complaints. They want increase of Kameza money because the items have skyrocketed, so they want really their husbands to come and fare it up. Yeah, let's go into a short break, but we're going to come back with your messages.
Mirinda.
Grab yourself an ice-cold bottle of Mirinda Orange at any shop or supermarket near you. Mirinda Orange, the taste that makes you go ORNG.
Welcome to Coffee Production Tips, brought to you by Uganda Coffee Development Authority. Uganda Coffee Development Authority is the government agency mandated to promote and oversee the coffee industry as a whole by developing research, facilitating coffee production and productivity, by training farmers on good agricultural practices, controlling the quality and improving the marketing of coffee for the benefit of stakeholders, planting coffee seedlings, mulching, training coffee seedlings, and stamping coffee. Farmers are encouraged to adopt good agricultural practices to get high yields, good prices, and better income from coffee. These tips are brought to you by Uganda Coffee Development Authority.
Daily devotion.
I want you to put your focus on knowing the purpose of God in your life.
It doesn't mean that I need to be a reverend to do anything. The Bible is very clear. All of us who have been baptized in Christ have been set apart. We are children of God.
It is me who read the Bible. It is me who is the minister. It is me. And so we really need to practice that prophecy. We need to walk in that prophetic anointing. We pray and we ask God, and God will grant it to us.
You may not be a cupbearer before the king, but where you are in service. You are a steward.
God continues lovingly pursuing his people so that he may bring them back to himself.
talk.
Let's talk.
Let's Talk is an uncensored program on Family TV that attempts to answer questions that are unanswered within our church settings. Questions like sex and money, drugs and alcoholism, prophecy and prophets in our country. So, catch us at 9 p.m. every Tuesday on Family TV as we explore different topics and make attempts to answer the different life topics. Every Tuesday with me, Emmanuel Odeke. Let's talk.
Entertainment has gone to another level, and that's why you see creativity each day in the art industry. Here we come with a purpose, what will bring you arts and culture, topical discussion, and the soul entertainment. Tune in every Saturday from midday to 1 p.m. here on Touch of Uganda Family TV, courtesy of Mercy and Rita, The Purpose, refreshing your mind.
Talk of the town.
Yeah, this is the talk of the town, and we are very happy and glad every time we get to engage with you and you engage with us. And we have come up with your messages. Yes, how's the women are really complaining, and they had placards. It was around Monday, and they were complaining, Byron. So we have their messages here. So you're going to hear for yourself, like I told you earlier, that their husbands are the one who are supposed to fare for us. Because you're the head.
It's okay.
Yeah, and then this one says, Musajja wa kabaka agamba, thanks for the show. The Bible says men are heads of the family, but it doesn't mean that women don't have heads. We would do. In quotes, we would do.
Okay, no. I mean, I need to talk to that man.
Musajja wa kabaka.
He talks well.
Ladies, placard have a lot more than kameza money. Some had the husbands no longer eat food at home.
Yes.
This is more than sente za kameza. It is not more than sente za kameza. We should focus on
But
what?
why? But they were focusing on much more. So why don't we also focus on much more?
It's not all about that.
What do you mean?
What is it all about? All about is high prices of commodities. Yeah, that is what some placards, most of the placards were saying. High prices of commodities.
Zero.
If high prices of commodity, and you've been living 5,000 or 7,000, I do not expect you to still leave that money.
So are you a commodity? Now, women, I have questions for you. Are you equal to men?
No, we are not equal to men.
You're not equal to men.
We are not equal to men.
You are not equal to men. So it means that the whole conversation on feminism, you are not equal to us.
No.
So who is superior than the other?
What do you mean by equal to men?
Are you equal to men? It's a question. It's exactly the way I mean it. Are you if they put woman and man, are you both equal?
We are different.
Are you equal? You see, that's my question.
We are not equal, but according to opportunities and what, we are equal.
So when you say and mention that you say according to opportunities we are equal, right? In the job market.
In the job market, we are very equal.
We are all entitled to.
What you can do, I can also do.
That's okay. So why don't you get out from your home and go and do the things?
I'm going to tell you, you will be defying the Bible. The Bible says that you're the heads and I am the tail.
No.
You should be firing for the.
That's not what the Bible
That is
says,
your duty.
Brenda.
That is your duty for you to.
Brenda, the Bible doesn't say that
and
women
look
are
for money
tails. The Bible doesn't say that.
That is what the Bible says.
No, the Bible
Or else
doesn't
we are
say
the-
women are tails. No. And the context of that,
you're the head.
And the reverend is coming.
You're the head. So
You're
for
not
us, we have to
the
be
tails.
submissive to you.
No, you're not the tails, though. I need you to clarify that, Brendah. You're not the tails.
Okay, we are not the tails.
Yes,
So
you're equal, right?
we are not equal. You're the heads.
But women confuse me. Sometimes they want to be equal to us. Sometimes they want to do this.
Okay, so this one says, Katerega says, this is the point where gender equality is thrown out the window by women and start acknowledging the dominancy of the men. Anyway, we should both contribute, not equally, but at least work together to make ends meet. At least Katerega said something that is that I want to
We need
hear.
to work together to make ends meet.
Do
you know what
make
that
ends
means?
meet.
That means that, please, even as I'm
If I
struggling.
bring 15,000, then at least you bring 10, me I bring 5.
And what I'm saying is, what that statement means is, let us work together, right? So let us struggle together. Let's all get out of the house. Go and look for the money together. Instead of you saying, I also want to go to Dubai, or I also want to eat at posh restaurants like Byron, you Jakutomera.
And then this one says, Martha says, what about those who say they also want to go to Dubai? Is that also Kameza?
Exactly.
Some were talking about the side chicks who are taking their husbands. Doesn't it mean it's also Kameza? Does it mean that it's also Kameza? The point is clear. Women just miss their husbands, not Kameza. That is what mother said. Most of these ladies were too old. Their husbands moved out to look for younger ladies. Let them style up. Also look too attractive. Zo zikola di ewaka.
There you go. Julie says that no real wife can do that. Well, prices are high, but not only for groceries. The cost of living is generally high. So the ideal wife will ensure the family cuts its expenditure or try to boost the family's source of income, not ask to go to Dubai. That is what a real wife, according to Julie, says.
Yeah,
saying that a real wife, you look for measures of making the family work and cutting your expenditure. You want to go to Dubai and blast. Julie saying a real wife, now that's not how it's supposed to feel. But we all know that the police came and arrested them and took them to CPS.
So even that is my main concern. Why did the police come and arrest them? They were talking about their anger because their husbands were not giving them an ear.
I want to answer your question.
The
reason you are arrested.
You're going to answer later.
Yeah, but I want to answer now, so that we get it out of the law.
No, you're going to answer later.
They were breaking the law.
They
were breaking the law. That's why they were arrested.
Let me first tell you why before you tell me.
Auntie, they were breaking the law. I've given you the answer.
Okay,
they were breaking the law.
Fine, they were breaking the law.
Yeah.
But they sort out what they should do, and they're like. Some of them were complaining that they have been holding family meetings, but their husbands have not had them out. Some of them were saying that they have talked to their husbands personally, but their husbands have not given them an ear. So the main concern was to go to the road, and blast it out from
like
there.
I said,
and hold placards.
Like I said, they were breaking the law. Protesting, so Brendah, whenever you want to protest, you don't just go on the street and protest. That is why people like the Bobby Wines, the messages, that's why they tear gas them and whatnot. What you do is you write to police and say,
they're not protesting.
They were protesting. It's called peaceful protesting with placards. Yes. So when you want peaceful, even peaceful or violent, you write to police and say, on this day we want to protest from the streets of Kampala. And they say, hey, okay, because they have done it before and things have not happened, right? So you also need security while you're protesting because it's the mandate of the security to keep law and order. When the women came to protest, they were not keeping law and order, so they had to arrest.
What are the scenarios where the police has led people to go and protest peacefully?
Yeah, always. There were many anti-corruption protesting that happened that police guided and whatnot. They marched. Even the president was among them. You don't remember? Sometime in 2019, I think, where the anti-corruption walk, where the president came and started from here, City Square, and they walked all the way to Mahooro. Peaceful protest. No violence, no what. So you write to police and say, guys, I want to protest. Then it's okay. It's your right to protest because it's your right. But when you don't ask for permission, they arrest you. So the reason they were arrested is because they were breaking the law.
And then this one says, no, these are seeking public attention for political positions in future. Marriage is built on love and sacrifice. Are they real married guys? I don't think. Where do you take your marital grievances? Why would you take your marital grievances on the streets? Uganda, Nyuma.
Karo Mukisa says, this isn't the women emancipation we fight for. The kind that wakes up on a Monday morning to do such. We desire Uganda where women front hard work, resilience, and using proper communication channels. As a Ugandan woman, I choose to distance myself from such. That is what Karo Mukisa says.
Well, these messages are not going to get done. This one says, Brendah, those ladies were looking for a way to attract the public to their conference, which will be held this week. They're going to even hold a conference. I should get into this conference and see. This was a stand. That's why their points of protest were not clear. One of the placards read, side chicks are spoiling our marriages. Kameza money should increase, and many and much more. Our husbands are no longer eating at home. Wives also I like that also. Wives also desire trips to Dubai. Also, wives also. Hey, why do you like it also?
Because wives also, because it's as if saying that even us also, apart from the side chicks apparently, wives also desire trips to Dubai. So it's not only a conversation on Kameza money. I feel like it's more of a discussion of their side chicks in there.
Upkeep money.
They want upkeep money. Like I was saying earlier, and Brendah was saying, that's not Kameza money.
Yes, it's not Kameza money.
There is nothing here that talks about.
They are adding up things that are not real.
No, there is nothing here from the women who protested. There are nothing here that shows that they want the money to go and buy food. No. In fact, they are saying, most of them are saying that our husbands are no longer eating at home, and wives also demand trips to go to Dubai. So it's upkeep money, increased Kameza money. Side chicks are the ones taking after our husbands, are spoiling our marriages. So it's upkeep money, it's your money. And I like what Carol said. Carol said that that's not the women emancipation she pushes for. She pushes for a women emancipation where you're pushing for hard work, you're pushing for resilience.
Someone
that
knows
is what
it witchcraft.
This is witchcraft. You're pushing for all these things, not just you just want an increase. Why? It shows, even as I conclude this topic, it shows selfishness, it shows unseriousness, it shows not a very good quality of a wife, but also it goes against everything the Proverbs 31 woman
talks about.
I don't say it in any, but also when I saw pictures of these girls on the street, I was like, these people are not married.
They're advocating for those who cannot go.
Married women can't do all those things, but they are just these single girls here.
My conclusion is that I think some of them protested because their husbands did not allow them to work. So husbands, allow your wives to go and work, because if your wife is earning some money, I'm sure she wouldn't go on the streets to protest all this stuff. And women should have side incomes, because it will help you not to go on the streets to protest all these things we are seeing here and there. But we are going to be hosting a reverend here, and he's going to be telling us what are the solutions. Why has this generation really changed to an extent that women go on the streets to throw placards here and there and talk about stuff? Yeah, let's go in for a short break. We are going to come back on top of the hour with still those.
With 200 million people aged between 15 and 24, Africa has the youngest population in the world. This can either be an opportunity or a ticking time bomb. At Young and Flourishing Hub, we seek to turn these numbers into an opportunity for Africa to become
a global leader. Join us every Monday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. only on Church of Uganda Family TV as we take you through the discussion of different topics that will enable you to become world-class leaders and mentors, grow your finances, and become world-class innovators. Young and flourishing, transforming Africa.
Welcome to Coffee